All right, and welcome back, guys. And we just got a lot of information for Season 1 in Vanguard and Warzone, but this entire thing they posted today is pretty much mainly about Warzone. There's a little sliver of zombies even mentioned in here. Like, we'll talk about that later, but it is just the slightest thing. And hopefully we'll be getting more information on the zombie stuff soon. But honestly, I want to kind of cover this Warzone stuff. I've never been a big Warzone player. You guys know I tried it like a few times after it came out, but I never got into it. But especially with the way Zombies is going and all the information we're going to cover in this update, I'm definitely going to be giving Warzone a shot. And I'm excited about this trailer they launched for it. I really like the direction they took with this trailer. I like kind of the humor in it. But let's just go ahead and watch that. And then we'll go into the blog post with all the changes and stuff happening very soon.
Travelers, explorers, adventure seekers. With all travel bans to Caldera lifted, you may now book tickets to Caldera on Pacific Horizon Air. Caldera, a hidden paradise. Enjoy awe-inspiring landscapes. Visit sites from Caldera's storied past. Survey the land from above by climbing natural rock formations. Explore underground caves. Take a dip in a river or stream. Fuel up on the artisanal organic produce harvested locally. Caldera, the Emerald of the Pacific. Free flights starting December 9th. Pacific Horizon Air is not responsible for any death, parachute-related accidents, gas-related deaths or injury, anti-aircraft fire, tennis elbow, food poisoning, or any similar instances. Should Pacific Horizon Air become engaged in aerial combat, an early exit may be required. What are you waiting for? Book your trip today.
And then obviously it comes out on December 8th if you've played Vanguard before. But one, I love how this looks. I really like bright, colorful maps. And that was one of my bigger gripes with Warzone is it felt just so dark and dingy. And it was like, especially just reviewing weapons on it, but this is super vibrant. And I really like super vibrant maps. I like zombie maps even when they're super vibrant. So I'm excited to at least give this a shot. This looks really cool. They talk about some features in here. They talk about rock climbing in this section. But then again, they also talk about the fresh fruit in this section. So I don't know if either of those are actually going to be available in game or if they were, just kind of being like a promo thing, talking about the rock climbing here, talking about the fresh produce here. But this looks sick, and I love the tone of this. I like how they weren't like super serious. It was almost like a brochure, and then it took like the dark turn at the end. I love that style of marketing. That to me is so much more cooler than like, hey, we're launching this map. This is what it's, I don't know. I enjoyed it. But the next, on top of that, we got the blog post. Call of Duty Vanguard Season 1, introducing Caldera, your new home for Call of Duty Warzone specific. So this is talking about the new Vanguard stuff and the new stuff here. And we're not going to read through this entire thing because, yeah, as you can see, it's pretty long and I don't want to bore you. So we're going to kind of touch on the important stuff. And I know a lot of you guys are zombie players, so we're going to quickly go over it. So obviously the main thing, it was simpler time then. The work is never done. And then really going through all of the areas. So we're going to kind of look at this on December 9th. Your legendary journey in Warzone Pacific begins with the new Season 1 of Call of Duty Vanguard and Warzone Pacific. And a brand new map built on the learnings from the community. Warzone Pacific marks a new area of pulse-pounding tactical combat on a massive scale. Featuring a dedicated playlist with new vehicles and Vanguard weapons, Warzone Pacific first season kicks off another year of free content, all based on your own grand epic stamping. Here's the map itself. Honestly, I like seeing the overview of the map, but this really doesn't tell me much. I don't get much out of the maps. Tell you all the different locations you're going to drop. I wish instead of putting I wish they would have just put Arsenal on there, but who cares? 15 huge distinct areas to explore and fight across once Operation Vulcan begins. There's also hundreds of lesser points of interest. Naval area, look at that with like the quarry down here. That's pretty sick. The docks, this is shipment. So shipment's going to be played, even though this shipment is very different than the one that we see in Vanguard. This is a different version of shipment. So not only how many different versions of shipment do we have now? We've got the COD 4 version, we've got the Ghost version, we've got the World War II version, the Modern Warfare 2 version, we now have the Warzone version, and we've got the Vanguard version. I think shipment might now be the single map with the most amount of retakes. If you don't include the zombie versions of Nuketown, obviously if you include the zombie remakes of Nuketown, Nuketown still beats it out. But yeah, so that's kind of exciting. A little bit more familiar area there. Runway, very open. That's pretty sick. Ruins. This is probably one of the most beautiful looking areas in the entire game with the water. We got the mines area. We got the peak. That's pretty freaking cool. Beachhead, River Village. clear water lagoon with like a little lighthouse type area. We got the terminal. Okay, that looks pretty sick. For some reason, I feel like we might be seeing that in a map at some point. Agricultural center, sharks lair submarine pin, power plant, capital city, Royal Caribbean Resort. And see, the thing is, I'm wondering how many of these places are going to be future future Vanguard maps, because a lot of time when we see with this, they might take assets from that. The Vanguard integration, all operators, weapons, and personalization content coming on December 8th. So it looks like, I wonder if the camos, because you know when Cold War launched, you weren't able to use the camos from Cold War and Warzone until like a month after, and the zombies camos weren't used for a very long time. I wonder if Atomic and Dark Aether are going to work right away. Same thing with Gold and all that, which is funny because you can't even unlock those yet. So I guess it doesn't matter. Maybe we'll get a giant update that actually allows these camos to be unlocked once the integration happens. When Season 1 launched on December 8th, all Warzone players can gain access to everything that Vanguard brought to the thing. 40 new weapons, over a dozen operators, each of the operators from, all of these can be personalized with unlocked camouflage, and every ballistic based weapon can be farther customized. So yeah, it looks like the camos are going to be unlaunched. That is pretty sick. Only if we could actually unlock those. Calling card emblems and more. Show off your progress in Vanguard. At the start of Season 1, cross progression between Vanguard and Warzone will be enabled, allowing you to rank up through seasonal prestige and unlock new content throughout the Battle Pass challenges. Also expect the store in both games to contain new bundles featuring Vanguard content. So obviously, they're bringing back bundles, which hopefully, it's going to be so weird because you guys know Warzone has weapon inspects and Vanguard doesn't. I'm pretty sure when this update goes live, we'll get weapon inspecting in Vanguard, because there's zero chance that they're just going to allow the Vanguard weapons to be in Warzone and not have inspects where every other weapon in that game hasn't. Maybe they will. Who knows? But I think the integration's probably going to introduce the weapon inspects for these, and they'll be introducing bundles too, and it's hard to sell bundles without being able to inspect weapons. Explore all new content with dogfighting. So yeah, it looks like you're gonna be able to fly. When Vanguard gain exclusive play access on December 8th, featured playlist rotation, new vehicles and dogfighting. Fly farther, planes that rain down fire on foes, or head the AA guns or trucks to shoot them out of the sky. So at least there's gonna be balance to it. You're gonna have the dogfighting, but on top of the dogfighting, you're also going to be able to shoot them down with the AA cannons. A focus on Vanguard weapons. Loadouts can only contain Vanguard weaponry. Streamlining the meta for more accessibility and room for experimentation. Expect all weapons around the island to be also from Vanguard. Operator section is limited to Vanguard soldiers. Wait, what? Focus on loadouts can only contain Vanguard weaponry. Oh, Vanguard Real. Okay, this is okay. I was so confused. This is a different. Okay. Yep. Circle collapse changes in in-game events. Times for circle collapses are altered to offer a different pace of play, especially with dogfighting overhead. Also expect in-game event at each circle collapse, bombing runs, and different items with so Rebirth Island looks like that's staying. I really didn't expect for them to get rid of that. Expect a special day one Rebirth Island playlist, both Resurgence and Mini Royale, to drop in start of season before everything shifts to Caldera for a week starting on December 9th. During the season, featured playlists will include Returns to Rebirth Island, Resurgence, and other game modes, and limited time modes will focus on Caldera, all that stuff. The finer points. With an entire new map to explore, playlists claim victory on the fresh, utilize, expect additional, so nothing new here. The Gulag drop back in, ready for combat. The Gulag now gives you more than a second chance at victory. Loadout items and field upgrades. Dead Silence is being nerfed. Stopping power rounds are gone. In addition to detailing those exact changes, Raven Software looked closely at various equipment pieces such as nerfs to stun grenades and heartbeat sensors. They also took another look at dual-wield melee weapons, the Kali sticks in the side to give justice to all ghosts who lived a second life too short during the haunting. The results? Expect the aforementioned equipment and weaponry to be adjusted to be less potent in Warzone, along with gun butting no longer being the primary method attack in Caldera. Another change involves loadout drop markers. They can now only be purchased from buy stations after the loadout drop event occurs in a match, effectively shifting their usefulness from an immediate power spike to a more tactical choice to mid to end game. Along with these these nerfs, several lethal items, including tactical equipment pieces, will with much needed buffs. Most lethal equipment will deal more damage, while the snapshot grenade will see its effective radius increase. The stim will also apply a slight movement speed boost, and the decoy grenades will pack rubber bullets that deal just enough damage to pester enemies. So yeah, some big stuff here. Dead silence being nerfed, stopping power rounds gone out of the game, Cali sticks being nerfed, gun butting being nerfed. They're changing how the loadout drop markers work. You're not going to be able to buy them until after the loadout drop event occurs in match, meaning you can't get it right away anymore. Lethal and tactical equipment pieces getting buffs. Decoys are going to shoot rubber bullets to pester enemies if you throw them near them. That's pretty insane. Definitely some big changes here. I know a lot of people are going to be happy the Cali sticks and the gun butting are going to be nerfed quite a bit. Gas masks and explosive canisters. Gas masks won't interrupt as many actions as they did previously, making it easier to pull your gas mask on or off, as well as plating or reloading a weapon while getting out of a circle collapse, but still always favoring the combat advantage to those safely inside the circle. Gas masks may offer protection against gas canisters, a brand new item developed by High Noon Studios. If the canisters explode, they release the same gas vapors from the circle collapse with a much smaller radius. So now there will be gas that you can set off in the map itself, hopefully to kind of push enemies. I don't know, that's interesting. After picking up one in Caldera, try lighting the fuse and throwing the canister or clipping it into a cinder, sending a nice gift to someone who overstayed their welcome on high ground. Alternatively, since it requires both hands to carry, simply shooting someone carrying it or dropping one you're carrying, stepping out of the blast radius and firing it could make effective during a few moments of an active firefight. That's pretty sick. So these are two-handed things, these gas canisters, and you can place them down and shoot them. Very, very tactical items. And from what it sounds like, if someone's carrying it towards you and you see them, you can just shoot it in their hands. And that is going to be very, very interesting. Definitely making gas masks way more important now because you're going to need them even if you're staying inside the zone. Shallow water. While operators aren't getting their sea legs in Caldera, they'll now be able to wade through shallow water seen in lake areas in the lagoon. Walking within water makes it harder to see footsteps, even those operators with the tracer pack equipped. Crouch in knee-high water to gain the effects of cold-blooded, but you can't go prone. Okay. Speaking of science, fire-based equipment now causes smoke when it hits water, adding a new layer of tactics when traversing through the shallow pools. That, honestly, there's a whole lot of new tactics being added in this. Contracts and Public event. During the match, squads can find new contracts to complete, such as supply drop contract, which airlifts a valuable crate onto the map for anyone to pick up, but its exact location revealed by the contracted squad. Big game bounty, which targets the operator to the highest kill count, but only one per game, while another known as top secret contract is one you could expect until you pick it up, but comes with greater rewards compared to the standard loot that comes from the contract types who chose it. Restocks, resurgence, cash drops, weapon crates. Be sure to check closer season. Okay, so yeah. Now they're talking about the anti-cheat, and this is talking about how the anti-cheat is going to be kernel level. So hopefully this does stop a lot of the cheating in Warzone, which I've heard is pretty rampant. I don't play it enough to run into any cheaters, but yeah, cheating's bad. So anything that's going to stop cheaters is good. The only thing that warns me, the only thing that I'm scared about is with their new cheating policy. If you get banned for cheating, it's on every single game. And there was a big issue during Cold War's life cycle where zombie players were incorrectly being banned. And it happened for about a month period. Tons of people were getting banned, and all they could do was play Warzone while they waited to get unbanned. And eventually, yeah, pretty much all the people who got banned were unbanned, and they released a statement like, yeah, there was an issue with it. It was banning people incorrectly. We have fixed it. If that happens again, and you're banned for a month for something that you never did, like, I don't know. The banning system in COD is something that worries me a little bit because, yeah, better anti-cheat is great, but if people are getting incorrectly banned for playing legitimately, that is the worst feeling ever. To be like, oh, yeah, it never happened to me in Cold War Zombies, but I know multiple people, and they clearly weren't cheating because, I mean, they came out with a statement later like, oh, yeah, those were incorrect bans. We fixed it. But what if that happens again? What if you're playing, zombies or some other game mode and the anti-cheat picks up something? Now you're permanently banned and you can't play any COD games. And I'm wondering how many people have gotten banned for incorrect reasons and just never unbanned. Could you imagine if you spent a lot of bundles and stuff on your account and it just one day you wake up, yeah, you're banned for cheating, but there's no, you can't even appeal the bans. There's nothing you can do. When you're banned, it just like Maybe if they find out that it was wrong, they'll unban me. But that is what it is. Hopefully this stops cheaters, but hopefully it only stops cheaters and doesn't just wrongly ban a bunch of other people as well. More seasonal content, intel and bound. And this is where we get all this stuff. And then they finally talk about what's going to be happening. 2 functional weapons, new operators, zombies content, multiplayer modes, and 2 new maps coming on December 8th. This includes the specific inspired take on a fan favorite classic Call of Duty map. People have been speculating that it's going to be Terminal, like we kind of mentioned above. Later in the in-season, expect 2 other operators, an additional cool multiplayer map, and a returning small team tactical mode. More information on what's coming soon in Zombies, another free weapon unlocked via challenges, and a festive celebration across both games. All of which and much more are locked and loaded to carry us through the holiday season and the new year. So the only information we got on Zombies is Zombies content and what's coming soon on Zombies. So hopefully we get more information on Zombies, because looks like they're going all out for Warzone. There is a ton of information here, and for a Warzone fan, honestly, be very excited for that. But right now, we're going to be getting Zombies information soon, but I'm not going to lie to you, I'm not super hyped for the Zombies information. I don't want to be let down. If they come out and say that they're adding something insanely cool for Season 1, we'll cover it. I'll be excited. We'll play it. But for right now, it looks like the Warzone update is the biggest talking point here. So I got a question for you guys. I know most of you guys who watch me are zombie players. How many of you guys are going to give this a shot? How many people of you guys are going to load up Warzone and actually, you know, play this and see what it has to offer? I know I am with the current state of Vanguard. I'm just not too interested in it right now, and I can't play Cold War forever. I do plan on playing a ton of Cold War throughout this year, but I've already played Cold War for a year, and I put so much time into it. So hopefully this can kind of tide me off until we get some more features and Zombies content. But with that, guys, I'm gonna end this here. Thank you guys for watching, especially all the way to the end, and I'll see you guys in the next one. Peace. Oh, hey there. Thank you for watching the entire video. I've got to take this last moment here to give a huge thanks to everyone who became a Twitch sub or a YouTube member, and an extra special thanks to those who have taken above and beyond and became an Unlock Plus Plus member on YouTube. We've got the 2X Trader Purple. We've got the most OP Gobblegum ever, Round Robin. We have the hero Arrow Pharaoh, and then we've got the absolute legend Peyton Perkins. Once again, got to get a huge thanks to all of them for becoming Unlock Plus Plus members here on YouTube.